key is based on a scale. It doesn't just occur somewhere in the universe. A key is based on a scale. It's not a random collection of chords or notes. It is based on a pattern. A scale is a ladder. The Latin word is scala, a ladder of 8 notes. And the scale forms the foundation of a key. If you're playing in the key of C, you will be playing based on the scale of C. If you're playing in the key of A flat, you will be playing based on the scale of A flat. The chords and the notes that you play will have relationship to one another within that key. So a key is kind of like a family. Everything belongs to one another and everything is related to one another based upon the overall relationship. So if we're playing, for example, in the key of C major, this is the easiest key for a pianist because it's all the white notes from middle C up 8 notes. The scale goes like this. 8 notes from C to C. There are intervals, there are musical spaces between the notes that make a major scale. They are, starting on the first one tone, a tone, and a semitone. A link of a tone, and then another tone, tone, semitone. We call the first 4 notes and the last 4 notes a tetrachord. So C, D, E, F, which is counted the intervals of tone, tone, semitone, is the first tetrachord. And the second tetrachord is G, A, B, C. Also, from G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, and B to C is a semitone. Some other countries don't call it tone, tone, semitone. They call it step, step, and half step. On the keyboard, you can see the notes where there's a whole step. You can see that there's one note in between the two. Where there is a semitone or a half step, there is no note in between the two. You can see that visually on a keyboard. You can see it visually also on the guitar. We'll play it on one string so that you can see the first tetrachord, the link of a tone, and the second tetrachord. Notice that a tone is from one string fret, skipping one to the next one. That is a full tone or a whole note. A half step or a semitone is directly from one fret to the next on the same string. So once more, a tone and a semitone. Let's see the scale one more time demonstrated. Vocally, you can't see the distance, but you need to let your ear pick up the difference between a whole and a half step. So a whole step, la, la, and a half step. La, 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 la. So we've learned C, which for the pianist is the easiest scale. Applying the formula of step, steps, half step, 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 half step to G will give us the G scale. Starting on G, we have step, step, half step, 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 half step. Back to G. This will give you A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Try it one more time. G. Don't forget the sharp. Now you try it with me. Now let's apply it to D. Same. Another good scale to learn, which would just progress one step further, is to go to D. Same thing will happen. We will retain the F sharp that we had in G major, and we'll add another sharp to that, and you'll see as we go, and we count it up, which sharp that'll be. One step gives us E. Another step gives us F sharp. Remember, I already told you you'd be doing that. Then a half step. Then another step, a step, a step. That gives us C sharp, your next sharp, and D. So starting on D, you've got step, step, half step, 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 half step. One more time. Step, step, half step, 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 half step. Letter names in D is going to be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. You can also play them up a string through the frets, but probably best for your fingers to get used to it within the scale positioning.
Can you play the scale? Can you play a different one?
Play what?
G.
Play like G.
One more time. So this is what it would sound like with all of us together doing the scale in C. La, 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 la. In D, right next door, it picks up two sharps, but that's because of the intervals, not because anything has changed. It's still tone, tone, semitone, a link of a tone, and then tone, tone, semitone. La, 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 la is applicable to any major scale anywhere on the keyboard. We've done it on C, on G, and on D. You can do it on F sharp, on A flat, on D sharp. You can do it on any note, and that pattern, that formula applies. So whatever note you're starting on, if it's F or C sharp, you play the note, and then you begin to count. Step, step, half step. Step, 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 half step. Go try that for yourself on several notes and get familiar with the chords so that you can continue in different keys.